With the longer clubs, again, it's very subtle, but yes, when you have the woods or the longer irons, rather than being just shoulder width apart, you might be, you know, at most you might only be another 1.5 or 2 inches wider. It's not like you want to go from shoulder width to, you know, 6, 7 inches wider. And I, along with 6 of my fellow professionals here at Treetops, will be joining you the next 3 days here at Treetops. Okay, when you get set up in the ball position is one of those things that I can't stress enough. Part of your setup. Where's the ball in relation to your body? For a 7 iron and anything shorter, 7, 8, 9 in your wedges, if you're taking a full swing, the ball position should be in the center. I know a lot of you wrote that you want to hit the ball farther on your biography sheets, okay? We all want to hit it farther, but it's not just one thing. There's a number of factors that lead to the ball going farther. And we're going to, even if things that you might not even realize pertain to that, a lot of them funnel into hitting the ball farther. Sometimes out on the driving range, people create carpet lines or create lines by dropping, you know, clubs down on the ground and using a club on the ground, as I just did there, as a guide of where actually the ball would be ball aggression-wise. First is your setup down there. And then we're going to have just a couple swing checkpoints that we're going to go over with you down there, check individually on you as we get started. All right, and one point is that we want you to feel like when you are starting out today, when you're taking the club back, okay, jumping right to one checkpoint, we want you to be in a position where when your club and your hands are waist high, like my club and my hands are now, that your club is pointing up to the sky, or something near to pointing to the sky, all right? In other words, if we get out there today and your club looks like this, we're going to try to get you, do you see how that looks? Well, if you're here, how the heck do you hit the club to the top? Okay, see how my hands are? I want you to be in kind of like a handshake position here. My hope is that we give you some tools that you take and you leave the school, now you have the rest of the summer, and you know how to get to your goals based on the things that you've learned. Okay, I wish at 11 o'clock Friday, boom, you're shooting in the 90s, or the ball's going farther, or something. Okay, that you wanted to do. Okay, but if you don't get there at 11 o'clock on Friday, I want you to leave with the tools and more knowledge so that you can get there. Okay? Now, you're going to have the sun's out and that nice out to the range.
This is my favorite club though. 7? Oh yeah.
Actually, going to have you come just a little bit closer together. And I want to go over a few things as we progress to the full swing. Kind of just some tips, some tidbits, some checkpoints for you as you progress to the full swing now. Okay. Many of you progressed to the full swing already. I don't know if you noticed that.
So to you, it feels like you're in way left. That's what you need to feel for right now. Okay. You need to feel like you're in, well, I feel like I'm in left. That's good.
Okay.
Because that means that now it's where you're, you're not comfortable for that, but that's where we need to be.
Okay. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes,
okay.
it does.
Now, the new swing, the club head's going to the target.
Right to the target.
Instead of the old swing going where you would have had to go to the target.
Okay.
Okay?
I think what we go through every week out here is a common misunderstanding of what ladies think gets the ball up in the air. A lot of ladies think that they need to scoop the ball up in the air to get it up, and they fall back on their right foot, which is totally the opposite of what we want to do. What causes that ball to go off is actually us coming down, hitting down on the ball, and letting the club do what it's designed to do, So I'll give you a little example here of what happens when you try to scoop the ball and fall back on it. Is see how it just kind of dies out there. I'm going to take the same speed swing, and I'm going to hit down on it and accelerate down into the ball. And see how it jumps off now and it penetrates.
Good grip, good stance, good posture, good alignment, and then just turn.
Few of the tidbits that we want to add to this, okay? We've had you take the half swing, and we talked a little bit upstairs about this hinging, okay? And I want to just re-emphasize how important it is that we want to see this hinge work into your golf swings, okay? Some of you do it very naturally and don't have to think about it. It just kind of happens. But when you get the club back, okay, about waist high or so, and you start, that's when you start this hinging process that takes the club up to the top, okay? And you can do this as a drill. Just hold your club out in front of you and feel the club just go straight up and down. And when I say straight up and down, you want to do it keeping your arm and your wrist straight and flat, kind of like mine is here, versus watch this. What did I do there? All right, I'm holding the club too much in the palms of my hands, and it makes my wrist bend and feel very awkward. So a good drill to do is just have your club out in front of you and feel the hinge straight up and down.
Stronger so you kind of see that knuckle. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, go ahead, interlock, overlap, whatever you feel. Good. Okay, there you go. So this V right here points between your chin and the middle of your shoulder. This V points this way. We want those to go like this.
Still too. Yeah, a little bit. Position's not too bad. But I'm just kind of pushing you back just a little bit. Okay. I think everything, you just were a little extreme there.
This is where you're supposed to square like this. Okay. You point it up to the air. And that'll have your target.
All right, set up.
It just feels foreign, so I gotta work at it.
Yes, it will.
Holding it wrong for so
But
long.
you just hit that one perfect, doing it that way.
Now, how is that?
What it does is it promotes a more consistent strike on the ball.
There you go.
It is.
Right there.
Now that feels very, very uncomfortable.
With the grip is probably the hardest thing to change. Okay, so you got that.
Okay, and now here we just lectured you about golf for two hours, and then we're gonna say, okay, go have fun, you know. And
Don't think about that.
it's very important, ladies, that when you go out and play after receiving all this information, that when you go out and play, you keep it very, very simple. You're here to have fun. And actually, I was gonna comment on that. On your goals, there were a lot of I'm here to have fun. I'm a little concerned about that. But you are here to have fun. I want you to have fun. But so when you go out on the course, if you try to do 3 or 4 or 5, you're going to have a miserable time. Maybe there's one thing, or maybe one thing about your setup, and maybe one little thing else that you heard. Don't try to do more than one thing at a time out there. If you do, you will have a miserable time on the course, and then we'll feel bad. Okay. So keep it simple on the course today. Okay.